If you're over 40 and worried about your health declining with age, I have some shocking news for you. The difference between being in the bottom 25% versus the top tier for cardiovascular fitness isn't just a small advantage. It's literally a 5 times greater chance of living longer. You heard that right, 5 times. And today, I'm going to show you exactly which exercises can put you in that elite category, regardless of your current fitness level. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Most people obsess over supplements, diet debates, and the latest health trends, but they can't see the forest for the trees. The data shows that your physical fitness matters exponentially more than any supplement you could take. In fact, being in poor cardiovascular shape increases your risk of death by 400% compared to being elite for your age group. Meanwhile, that expensive supplement you're taking might give you a marginal benefit at best. Here's what the research actually tells us about mortality risks. Smoking increases your risk of death by about 40% at any given time. High blood pressure adds about 25%. Type 2 diabetes, another 25% increase. These are serious numbers that get people's attention, but here's where it gets interesting. Having low muscle mass compared to high muscle mass triples your risk of death. And if we're talking specifically about strength, having low strength versus high strength can increase your mortality risk by 250%. But cardiovascular fitness, that's where the real magic happens. People in the bottom quarter for their age have double the risk of death compared to those in the 55th to 75th percentile. And when you compare the bottom quarter to the elite performers, the top 2.5% for their age, you're looking at that staggering 5 times difference in mortality risk. Now, before you think elite means you need to be running marathons at breakneck speeds, let me clarify something important. Elite in this context simply means having a VO2 max that puts you in the top tier for your age and gender. It doesn't require being a professional athlete or training for hours every day. It's about deliberate, consistent training that targets the right systems. So, what exactly should you be training? Let's break this down into the 3 pillars that matter most for longevity after 40. First, cardiovascular fitness. This is your body's ability to deliver oxygen to working muscles efficiently. The gold standard measurement is VO2 max, which represents the maximum amount of oxygen your body can use during exercise. The good news is you don't need expensive lab testing to estimate this. There are excellent online calculators that can give you a solid estimate based on your running, cycling, or rowing performance. For practical benchmarks, running a mile in 7 to 8 minutes is a good indicator that you're in decent cardiovascular shape. But remember, the goal is to get into that top tier for your age group. This might mean different targets depending on whether you're 45 or 65, but the principle remains the same. You want to be significantly above average. The second pillar is strength, not just muscle mass, though that matters too, but functional strength that translates to real-world activities. The research shows that strength might be even more protective than muscle mass alone. We're talking about your ability to move loads at high intensities, typically 80 to 90% of your maximum capacity. Some of the most telling strength assessments are surprisingly simple. Can you hang from a pull-up bar for a full minute? For a 40-year-old woman, the target should be about 90 seconds. For men, it's 2 minutes. This dead hang test reveals valuable information about your grip strength, shoulder stability, and core strength. Another crucial test is the air squat hold. Can you sit in a 90-degree squat for 2 minutes without support? This isn't using a wall for assistance. It's a freestanding squat that challenges your quad strength, ankle mobility, and balance simultaneously. Both men and women at age 40 should aim for this 2-minute standard. Then there's the farmer's carry, which might be the most functional strength test of all. For men, the goal is carrying your full body weight, that's half your weight in each hand, for 2 minutes while walking. Women should aim for about 75% of their body weight. This exercise integrates grip strength, core stability, and the ability to maintain good posture under load. The third pillar is what I call movement quality and stability. This includes things like vertical jump performance, ground contact time when landing jumps, and various mobility assessments. These might seem less critical, but they're predictive of how well you'll maintain function as you age. Here's the key insight that changes everything. You need to think of yourself as training for the Centenarian Decathlon. Imagine you're 90 to 100 years old. What physical tasks will you need to perform to maintain independence and quality of life? You'll need to get up from a chair without assistance. You'll need to carry groceries. You'll need to walk upstairs. You'll need to recover from a stumble without falling. Every exercise you choose should connect back to these future functional demands. A deadlift isn't just about moving weight, it's training the hip hinge pattern you'll use to pick things up off the ground for the rest of your life. A squat isn't just a leg exercise. It's preparing you to get in and out of chairs independently when you're 90. This perspective completely changes how you approach training. Instead of thinking about getting ripped for summer or hitting some arbitrary strength number, you're investing in your future self. Every workout becomes a deposit in your longevity account. The training approach that emerges from this research is surprisingly straightforward. You need regular cardiovascular work that pushes your VO2 max upward. This means some high intensity training, not just steady state cardio. You need strength training that focuses on compound movements and functional patterns, and you need to maintain and improve your movement quality through mobility work and balance challenges. But here's what most people get wrong. They treat these as separate categories. The most effective approach integrates all three. Circuit training that combines strength movements with cardiovascular demands loaded, carries that challenge strength and aerobic capacity simultaneously. High intensity intervals that incorporate movement patterns you need to maintain. The timeline for seeing improvements is encouraging. Cardiovascular fitness can improve significantly within 8 to 12 weeks of consistent training. Strength gains often come even faster, especially if you're starting from a detrained state. The key is consistency and progressive overload, gradually increasing the challenge over time. What's remarkable about this research is how it reframes our health priorities. Instead of endless debates about optimal diets or the latest supplement trends, we have clear, measurable targets that dramatically impact how long and how well we live. Get your VO2 max into the top tier for your age. Build functional strength that translates to real-world activities. Maintain movement quality and stability. The beauty of this approach is that it's never too late to start. Whether you're 40, 50, or 60, improving your cardiovascular fitness and functional strength will move you into a lower risk category. The protective effects are dramatic and they begin almost immediately. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Every workout matters. Every time you choose the stairs over the elevator, every time you carry your groceries instead of using a cart, every time you get up from a chair without using your hands. These small actions accumulate into profound differences in your longevity and quality of life. The question isn't whether you have time to exercise. The question is whether you have time not to, because the data is crystal clear. Nothing you can do will impact your health span and lifespan more dramatically than maintaining elite cardiovascular fitness and functional strength as you age. Thank you for tuning in to Strong Beautiful You. Aging doesn't have to suck. Make it your superpower. I hope you found this video insightful and inspiring as you work toward changing the rules of aging. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you're ready to take your wellness journey to the next level, be sure to check out my 5-day Sugar Detox linked in the description below. It's designed to kickstart your path to better health by cleansing and nourishing your body from the inside out. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, take care and make aging your superpower.